DEBx, amplifying voices, accelerating change.
Please help me welcome to the stage, Marissa Aguirre.
Some people grow up and create the same kind of lives they watch their parents live. Others grow up and create a life that they never got to experience. I'm the second type of person. Don't get me wrong, my family means everything to me. I wouldn't be who I am today without them. I'm grateful for the good and the bad times with them, especially the bad. The crying, the fighting, the budgeting, the complaining, the blaming, and the regretting. Because all of that negative energy pushed me to want something different for myself. I just knew there had to be a different kind of life. One where I could be genuinely happy and still achieve my dreams. So when I moved to Flagstaff for college, I started questioning everything I knew to be true. My Instagram became a tool for me to explore self-growth and consciousness. Through the internet, I was introduced to real-life people that found a way to live that beautiful life I knew existed. Luckily, these types of people love to share their secrets. One of the most powerful concepts I've learned is that we experience life from the inside out. It's not so much about what happens to us than it is about how we see it. And how we see it comes from our beliefs, our subconscious beliefs. And science has proven that 95% of our brain activity is subconscious. That's the part of the mind that controls you when you're an autopilot, like when you're walking, making quick decisions, having unconscious thoughts, feeling emotion, and playing out habits. Most times we aren't aware of our subconscious beliefs. And that's absolutely crazy because they're controlling 95% of our thoughts and decisions. Let's say you have a conscious desire to find the partner of your dreams, but you subconsciously believe true love doesn't even exist. You're going to find every reason why you can't find the one, or even why the person you're dating right now isn't them. You see, our mind can only absorb the information around us that matches our belief systems. So we always find the evidence to prove our beliefs right. Every time. I'm not making this stuff up. It's been proven by plenty of scientists, including Dr. Joe Dispenza, who has degrees in neuroscience and biochemistry and has been studying the power of the mind since after his bicycle accident in 1989. My point is, though, that our mind and, more importantly, our beliefs are powerful. They help physically bridge the gap between thought and reality. They control how we perceive life, which tells us how to feel and what actions to take. Roy T. Bennett sums it up perfectly when he says that beliefs are choices. First, you choose your beliefs, then your beliefs affect your choices. I'll bet you didn't know beliefs had that kind of control over our lives. See, most of the people I know aren't actively trying to become the person they want to be or doing what they want to be doing because they have underlying limiting beliefs stopping them. You might be fighting me on this, but hear me out. If we as a country had beliefs that support our true desires, wouldn't we be happier? Instead of overweight, sick, broke, and unhappy? There was a study done by the University of Scranton that came back saying only 8% of people actually achieve the New Year's goals they set for themselves. 92% of us are still complaining and resistantly accepting our realities. Our current belief systems aren't taking us where we want to go. They're just leaving us hopeless, unfulfilled, and short of our dreams. Have you ever ran away with an imagination of the perfect life and then snapped back into reality feeling even worse because it seems so far away it actually looked impossible? This is how life is for most people I know. We live in the land of the free, but most of us are still slaves to our own mind. We don't realize we're in our own way when it comes to success and achievements. I've been following this girl on Instagram named Caitlin O'Connor for a while now. She's one of my biggest inspirations. She's been studying consciousness since age 11, and at 22 has already manifested her dream home, dream partner, and so much more. She focuses a lot on beliefs and only accepting them if they support the life she wants to live. I remember reading about how she used to believe commitment was scary and how it always led her relationships to fall apart or for her to self-sabotage them somehow. Well, that was a while ago, and she's changed that belief because why not? Why does commitment have to be scary? It was making her act certain ways and feel certain things that just didn't feel good. Now, she believes that within commitment is actually a lot of freedom and growth. And in her marriage, she's found just that, because her mind found the evidence to support that belief. And then there's Dr. Joe Dispenza, who most would call a miracle, but I just say he really knows the power of his mind and beliefs. After his bicycle accident, he ended up with 6 compressed vertebrae and was expected to never walk again and possibly wear a body cast. But as a triathlete, being immobile was not an option. So for about 3 hours a day for 6 weeks, he used his conscious mind to visualize putting his spine back together, piece by piece. And so it imprinted into his subconscious and his cells got to work. He didn't accept the belief the doctors gave him. Instead, he believed that the power that made the body can heal the body. Within 10 weeks, he was back on his feet again. His mind and body knew that belief as truth. So that is the reality he created. We don't have to live by the same beliefs and boundaries anyone else does. We can believe whatever we want to believe. And we don't have to be slaves to the beliefs we created up until today. We can change them. If you notice how you speak, think, and feel about yourself, or about money, relationships, food, your job, you'll start to recognize patterns. These patterns are only there because they've been imprinted into your subconscious through repetition. That means we can reprogram our subconscious again through repetition. There are plenty of books and workshops out there that help to do this. So pick a belief, any belief. Write it down. Say it out loud. Visualize it. Like, life is ease and joy. Doesn't that one feel good? Or, success constantly finds me and the universe supports me. Whatever you want to believe, you can. One of the most enticing questions Caitlin asked is, what if you simply stopped believing what you saw around you? If you stopped believing the stories you've been told? What if you could think differently, choose differently, create differently? Well, I say, life would be a heck of a lot more fun if that was the case. And guess what? That is the case. We create our reality. Henry Ford said it best. If you think you can or can't, you're right. So now I dare you to keep doing what your mind and body were made to do. Create, but this time with purpose. Thank you.